everybody, and welcome back to episode 26 of Sunrider Liberation Day. So I did a whole bunch of research, and it turns out that in a blind playthrough like this, not knowing what's coming, the Sunrider not upgraded, not having Cassette here because she has some extra torpedoes and missiles. Yeah, Sunrider, I just haven't upgraded it at all. I mean, I bought the shield for it, but I never upgraded the shield, so it only protects the Sunrider, and like only for 15 points, which is useless on Admiral. And just not having the ships, and having to take too much hits on the enemy, and they doing too much damage, it is utterly impossible for me to win this battle on Admiral difficulty on a blind playthrough like this. So, as much as I absolutely hate to do it, I'm going to have to lower the difficulty in order to continue this game. Oh, it wasn't even on Captain that the one on YouTube I was watching was on. It was on Ensign. It's like nobody has played this freaking game above Ensign. Doesn't seem like. Let's see if I can do it on
the easiest difficulty?
No, casual. Well, Waifu is the easiest. And if it's anything like the first two games, you basically one-shot everything. Like a single shot from the Sunrider's assault guns will deal like 900 damage. It's like everything's multiplied by 500% or something like that. It's basically just a story mode game. So it can't even really be considered a difficulty. So yeah, I guess casual is the easiest, Ensign is the second. I was playing on the second hardest, and doing a pretty damn good job, I should say. But yeah, on the second hardest, without the Sunrider upgraded, this battle is completely unwinnable. We'll see if we can win it on Captain. Should still pose a decent challenge. Alright.
Hitting thrusters! Hitting thrusters! Commencing bombardment! Hit confirmed!
Now that was quite a bit more damage.
Fire tone! Fire! Hit confirmed! Attack successful!
And yet we're still gonna leave things at 3 health.
This had better be worth it.
Isn't that lovely?
Afterburners activated! Let's go! I'll take you all on! All too easy.
What can I do for you, Captain? Can't we just talk this over? The contract didn't say anything about this. What are we doing?
It didn't seem like it did any more than it was
can't
before.
we just talk this over? The contract didn't say anything about this.
Isn't that the same that it was doing before?
This had better be worth the money. We better be getting hazard pay for this.
Are you there, Claire?
The contract didn't say anything
Hello,
about
I am
this.
here.
Isn't that the exact same it was doing before?
I don't know, I can't see it.
Oh, I forgot to share screen. Why didn't you say something?
I was waiting how long it would take before it would come up. And like, we kind of just started the episode.
All systems are green. All systems are green. Target locked! We have struck the enemy.
Nah, that might be a bit more.
Target locked!
I think these guys were doing the same, though.
The hit is solid, Captain. Phoenix, waiting orders. Weapons free. All in a day's work. Weapons free. And that's how it's done. Enemy down.
Definitely getting more command points from these. That might be the biggest
Yes,
difference.
Yeah,
All
good
ahead,
point. If you had
full.
played in a lower difficulty, you could have upgraded more. It is weird though that they didn't let you upgrade before this battle.
Yeah.
Watch it! The armor's thin on this one. Watch and learn, Captain. Come on, Captain! Be more careful! Watch it! The armor's thin on this one. I hate everything.
Ouch.
警告、レーダーに新たな敵反応。This had better be worth it. Activating cloak. Afterburners activated. Let's go. Prepare yourself. And that's how it's done.
Oh yeah, big difference. She can one-shot things in melee.
I'll cut you down.
The sunshine is a baby?
Easy out. Bounty.
She can one-shot things in melee.
That's good.
Awaiting order, sir. Reporting for duty, sir. Onward to victory. Engaging hostiles. Surrender, or I will resume hostilities. Commencing bombardment. Surrender, or I will resume hostilities.
What are we doing? We better be getting hazard pay for this. We better be getting hazard pay for this. This had better be worth the money. The contract didn't say anything about this. The contract didn't say anything about this. This had better be worth the money. We better be getting hazard pay for this. Can't we just talk this over?
Yes, Captain? The Sunrider is at your disposal, Captain. Charge Trinities! Fire! The enemy has taken damage. Target locked! The attack is successful!
What are we doing? What are we doing? What can I do for you, Captain? My space whale statue! You better reimburse us for that. Good thing we have insurance.
Better reimburse me! Paladin, holding steadfast! My shield shall hold!
This had better be worth the money. The contract didn't say anything about this. We better be getting hazard pay for this. What can I do for you, Captain? Can't we just talk this over? The contract didn't say anything about this.
Awaiting orders, sir! Engaging hostiles! Do you still refuse to negotiate? I'll show you the might of the Solar Alliance! Surrender, or I will resume hostilities! Awaiting orders. Forward!
Prepare to fire the Vanguard cannon.
This'll take a chunk out of it.
Vanguard cannon.
Fire!
Target eliminated!
A chunk.
The enemy is sinking, Captain! The enemy is sinking,
An
Captain!
achievement. Might as well.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. It'll take the carrier and the battleship. Come on, come
All
on,
missiles free.
come on. Yes!
Enemy destroyed!
Captain.
Yeah, definitely a lot easier now, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, Captain?
What can I do for you, Captain? What are we doing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're not doing anything.
The Sunrider is at your disposal, Captain. Our hull is beginning to fracture!
急です。新手が現れました。
All systems are green. We will engage the enemy face to face. Our missiles are away. Enemy destroyed. Enemy destroyed.
Holding position, sir. Forward. Commencing bombardment. Pick confirm. You were a worthy foe.
What can I do for you, Captain? Can't we just talk this over? We better be getting hazard pay for this. What can I do for you, Captain? Can't we just talk this over? We better be getting hazard pay for this.
The enemy has missed. Sections 32, 16, and 2 have been compromised. Hull breach is on deck 0. It appears your luck is holding, Captain. Hull breach is on deck 0. She's breaking apart, Captain. Warning! Core implosion is imminent! Recommend we abandon ship!
What can I do for you, Captain? Can't we just talk this over? Can't we just talk this over? What are we doing? Can't we just talk this over? The contract didn't say anything about this.
Turn off. Ah, it's too far. I can't move anymore and still do it.
Lieutenant Kriska Stairs reporting, sir. Onward to victory! Engaging hostiles! Do you still refuse to negotiate?
Issue your command. All ahead full.
This had better be worth the money.
Yes, sir.
Beginning to fracture.
You broke my space whale statue.
Sections 32, 16, and 2 have been compromised. Our systems are catastrophically failing one by one.
戦闘空域にワープ反応。敵の増援です。
Activate repair drones. Get this ship fixed double time.
Our systems have been enhanced, Captain.
This had better be worth the money. Can't we just talk this over? The contract didn't say anything about this.
Awaiting orders, sir! Hitting thrusters!
What can I do for you, Captain? The contract didn't say anything about this. Can't we just talk this over?
Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
All systems are green. We will engage the enemy face to face. Our missiles are away. Confirmed hit. One enemy down. The enemy will be neutralized. The enemy is sinking, Captain.
missed! My systems are damaged! Shall I perform a tactical retreat, Captain? My shield shall hold! The enemy has missed! I have resisted the enemy! My systems are damaged!
At your command. All ahead full.
This had better be worth the money. Can't we just talk this over? The contract didn't say anything about this. What can I do for you, Captain? The contract didn't say anything about this. The contract didn't say anything about this.
Awaiting orders, sir! Hitting thrusters!
Hard to port. Our hull is beginning to fracture.
My systems are damaged! I have evaded the enemy attack! No damage to report, sir. Back the repairs.
Sections 32, 16, and 2 have been compromised. Hull breaches on deck 0.
Accuracy is still
Our
ridiculous.
systems are catastrophically failing one by one.
Literally one side of the map to the other.
Well,
This had better be
you
worth
don't have to do this for much longer.
Take out that thing first.
What can I do for you, Captain? Can't you just talk this over? What are we doing? Can't we just talk this over?
Oh, disable light.
Yes, Captain? The Sunrider is at your disposal, Captain. All ahead full.
Done.
Hey, what? You unlocked an achievement. I guess that was the last battle.
Yeah, Captain. Beat the game on Captain.
We are 100,000 kilometers from the target.
All ahead full. Prepare to fire the Vanguard at point-blank range.
Yes, sir!
Aye, Captain.
Sunrider took a direct hit.
What, another one?
Console's blue, flinging crewmen across the bridge. Ava crashed into shields.
Hull integrity down to 20%. We've lost contact with sections F20 to E4.
Just a bit more.
There's too many of them. We're completely surrounded. Hikari! Take cover under my shield. I think we're all gonna die here. This was the worst job ever. No. I'll protect you.
Oh, ammo.
Ammo. Stay back.
Oh, ammo.
I may have been a loyal officer of the Solar Alliance. But I haven't damaged anything against my comrades in arms. I'll kill all of you to protect them.
Ammo depleted.
700,000 to target. Barely holding together, Captain. Just a few more shots and we'll...
Ooh. Wow.
Suddenly, everyone was in midair as the bridge around the hull bent. All around the bridge bent. Quite the explosion.
I don't think we can fire the Vanguard.
It might be troublesome.
The Vanguard's in the nose of the ship, and it doesn't look like we have a nose. Wonder if we're gonna do a ram.
Might be all we can do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure our little guns ain't gonna take out the Alliance flagship. I think ramming it is our only option.
The hull around the
Suddenly,
bridge.
everyone was in midair as the hull around the bridge bent. Steel beams rained down, skewering the bridge crew. Unless I can use the wind shawl to avoid this shot.
Would you?
No. Because I still don't know if this is the last opportunity.
What, aren't there like no more games in the series or something?
We still have an Ebon fleet to deal with, so yeah, there's definitely going to be another game.
And we still need to know what the Hollow was about.
Yeah. The Sunrider howled as a chunk of its mouth tore off and sliced through its observation tower. Shields wiped his blood from his face and picked himself up. Damage report!
Direct hit to our nose. The Vanguard cannon has been completely destroyed, along with our forward savior turrets. Our shields are down and all contact has been lost with the hangar. We have expended all our missiles and torpedoes. There's enough power remaining for 2 more shots of the Trinities. You mean Matrix?
The Trinities are our main lasers.
Captain.
Sunrider is lost, Commander. All hands, abandon ship. I'm putting you in charge of the evacuation, Commander. Get everyone out of here. Keep them safe.
Captain, my place is on the bridge.
That wasn't a request. I'm ordering you to abandon ship.
Sir.
Everyone, you are all relieved of your duties. Get out of here. The surviving crew saluted.
All hands, follow me to the escape pods.
Ava gritted her teeth and led the crew out of the bridge.
Kaito,
It was an honor, Commander.
Captain.
The commander ran into the brig and checked if any crew remained inside. All the cells were powered down.
Prototype Lynn. So she's escaped. No time to worry about that. I need to get everyone out of here.
Ava pushed the last of the crew into the escape pod.
Everyone accounted for.
She checked off the last names off her crew list and leaped into the escape pod just moments before the hallway collapsed.
Get us out of here, pilot.
Sir! The pod jettisoned from the Sunrider.
Kaito. I at least wanted to finally say.
Captain, we detected enemy escape pods. Shall we take them prisoner? No, I have orders from above. We are not to take prisoners. Prepare to fire on my mark. Understood. All hands. This is Captain Kato Shields of the assault carrier Sunrider. Last surviving vessel of the Sarah Space Force. We traveled the stars, finding allies across the galaxy, with the hope of liberating our home world. It was a long journey, filled with adventure. At times, we felt sorrow. At times, we celebrated our triumphs. Throughout, we were hopelessly outnumbered. Our mission was nothing but a long-shot gamble against impossible odds. Finally, we are here, at our home's doorsteps. Let it be remembered. On this day, we did not abandon Sarah to fend for herself. Today, the Sunrider stood her ground! We did not run, but protected all those we hold dear, until we fell into the Black Night. We did not falter in our defense of our family. Today, we perished to save our home. Yes, this time, I won't let her down.
Kaito.
The Sunrider, as her final act, will save everyone! Murray! I'm coming home! Sir, new contacts coming in hot. What? It's... late!
Multiple enemies detected. Providing assistance. Blackjack coming in.
Why aren't we having voices?
What's going on?
There's
It's
no
the
voices.
Seraphim and the Blackjack.
I wonder if they like ran out of budget at the end of this thing or something. There's no voice acting in this.
Well, sound doesn't travel in space. We heard what happened on the Hollow and came back as soon as we could. We'll leave the Alliance bogies away. Protect the lifeboats. Paladin, reload your munitions with my spare rifle. We've got some butt kicking to do. Ammo restored. Hiya! Seriously. I knew all along you guys would come back to save us. I definitely wasn't worried at all. Besides, it would have sucked if everything just ended like that. Like that would ever happen to us. Now let's go get some payback. The Pact Fleet's starting to organize a counter-offensive against the Alliance, and it looks like we're right in the middle of the crossfire. Even with 2 more riders, we can't take everyone on ourselves. Ah, for crying out, I'm sure the captain's figured something out. We just gotta hold out a bit longer. It's him, he can definitely... Oh, come on, Captain, do something!
As if on cue, Hikari's comm crackled to life. Static. Her final act. Save everyone!
It's the Sunrider! Captain? Oh, he's gonna... Ah! Captain! Get the screenshot ready.
Alpha sat on an elegant curved wooden chase. Before her was a round table with an enormous assortment of tea sets. Everything floated in white space, neither upright, sideways, or downwards. This was the dimensional space between space, where time flowed infinitely forwards and backwards, and all was simultaneously everywhere and nowhere. News of the Liberation Day massacre had reached her.
My sister has failed. Instead of unifying humanity, her actions instead sparked a war which will threaten the very existence of the human race. I have been betrayed by my own sister.
Alpha's long-awaited guest arrived.
Don't know who the Wanderer is supposed to be.
I think from before it was female.
Ma, don't feel bad. I'd hardly say you're the only one who got betrayed.
Alpha's thoughts broke, and she returned to real space.
Wanderer.
The air distorted as the space-time continuum parted in front of Alpha. Sparks flew, and the wind ruffled Alpha's hair as a figure emerged from the micro-wormhole. What?! What?!
And at least you didn't have to be vaporized like poor Claude.
What? Okay. Okay. Hey, I right! Claude apparently wants to spy! The holo must be she faked Chigara's medical report. She must have, like, some piece of Ryuvian tech that'll allow her to transport herself through wormholes. So that was all a setup.
You know what explosive decompression does to my skin? To think this woman possesses so much power.
What?
No, she has long ceased to be human, and has become a different entity altogether. She could recreate the entire universe right now before me, and yet she chooses to gallivant across the galaxy, pursuing nothing but frivolities.
I don't know what to say. Did they really turn Claude into Q? Did they really?
Hey, I did what you wanted. First, I led the Sunrider to the sleeper in the abyss.
Sleeper in the abyss? That was Sola. Sola was the sleeper in the abyss. I don't remember the exact name of the area, but it was something abyss. Genosian Abyss or something like that, and she was asleep on the ancient Ryuvian flagship.
It was a piece of cake. All I had to do was just play the damsel in distress role, and he was all over me in a flash. You should have seen what that brute did to me in the sickbay afterwards.
Oh my god.
You have to compensate me now that I've rescued you, he spoke in a firm voice. Yeah, anything but Claude's chastity, the poor maiden squealed as the captain tore her clothes off and ravished her.
That was not how that scene played out at all.
Her pleas were futile as the captain thrust his will right into the girl.
Oh my gosh, Claude, you and your fantasies.
Claude's view changed a little after that day. Ahem! After I led them to the abyss, I took care to make sure your little dog could get it on with the captain. It was a real challenge, you know. Claude had to work hard. Claude had to work weekends! And despite the captain's obvious infatuation with me, he was hitched up with Chigara in no time. After some fake medical reports and assorted other arrangements... but there was another wrinkle on that plan. Somehow, the Queen of Ryuvia could sense Chigara's hyper brainwaves.
Wow.
It must have been maddening for the girl, being the only one to know the entire time that Chigara was a prototype. Trying to desperately tell everyone what was happening, only to be ignored and dismissed at every turn. Claude's heart truly ached at the sight. But life's not fair. You performed your mission admirably. But Claude's pretty lost here. So you sent Chigara to learn about humanity to one day control them in the fight against the Ebon Fleet? Then why the flippin' space whale did Chigara shoot everyone dead at the peace ceremony? We initially sent C8 to keep watch on the then Ryuvian princess. It was your words which foretold that girl's eventual final awakening. An awakening so powerful it will shake the galaxy, and bring forth the return of the Holy Empire. It was mere happenstance that her path crossed with shields. From there, we sought to understand him, so that we could eventually control him. But my sister hid her true intent from me. While I mustered the prototypes and she mustered tact, she was secretly sabotaging my efforts. She hid the true extent of her hatred for humanity from me, and instead attempted to bring out the complete destruction of the human race. And at the pivotal moment, she assumed control of the C8 through the mind stream, and brought my plan to ruin. Ah, so you just wanted to enslave humanity while your sister wanted to destroy it. Now, my sister and C8 battle inside the mind streams for control of the other prototypes.
Oh? Wow, this is definitely an interesting setup for the next game.
But what will emerge from that battle will not be either of them. A new shadow falls upon us. The mind stream is becoming corrupted. C8 shall return, but not as before. Quite a shocking development. But Mao, next time, please be more gentle with the extractions. A feral girl like Claude can't just stand to be blown up so many times. Looky here, Claude's just here to clean up this temporal disaster. An entire fleet blown from its timeline and just dropped into this one? When people and things start moving through time willy-nilly and events get moved around all out of order, it's only a matter of, time until something really bad happens to the entire universe. I thought you prototypes could take care of it, but I guess this is the end of the line now. Honestly, I don't care one way or another about a boring thing like you prototypes. I think I'd rather take my chances with the other team now. And this time, Claude will definitely win his heart. There won't be no little C8 unit to interfere anymore.
So she couldn't save shields before the explosion.
Shields is dead. That man couldn't die so easily. You will use your powers to change the timeline? No. Ah, were you listening? I told you, moving events out of order can cause huge headaches. Things start making sense, and huge gaping plot holes get opened. And you know, when a plot hole opens up in the space-time continuum, the entire universe just kind of goes poof. That's exactly the kind of scenario I'm trying to prevent here. No, S.H.I.E.L.D. lives without my intervention.
How? How could S.H.I.E.L.D. survive that? He didn't even make any move to get to the escape pod. If there was even one left. Using the wish all, but that wouldn't help.
Maybe if you continue
Because he needs to ram the Sunrider into that thing. It's the only way to stop that.
If you keep going, you might be able to find out.
No, I want to think about it a moment.
Okay.
the
Well, he
Sunrider.
could ram into it and still live, depending on where he is inside the Sunrider. Get into a nice spacesuit. Yeah, kind of like put it on a trajectory course and then escape.
He didn't look like he was hardly capable of moving in that last picture. He was just kind of
Adrenaline can do a lot of
he's just kind of
things, okay?
reclining against the console on the floor.
Adrenaline is like extremely powerful.
Okay, but wait a minute. Ava said that Lynn escaped. And it would be pretty damn obvious if she got onto any of the escape pods with the rest of the crew. But why would Lynn save Shields? Alpha just said Chigara is still in the Mind Stream.
Maybe Shigara took control of Lynn.
Exactly, that's exactly what I was just thinking. If Chigara took control of Lynn and forced her to save Shields...
Put Shields into, like, say, an escape pod or something. Shigara uses Lynn's body to crash in. Lynn dies. Shigara's consciousness is still around somewhere.
Yeah, I think that's about the only viable explanation I can think of. Continuing on.
The Mind Stream. She has already begun to...
And I think we're right.
On that note, why don't you just join up with us too? There's always room on the team for a Gothic Lolita. I decline. Oh well, less competition for me. You're welcome to stay here and do prototype things. My goal will not change. I will control humanity, regardless of my sister's machinations. We'll see about that, huh? Not if he has anything to say about it. Well then... See ya!
A pop and a flash momentarily dazzle Alpha as Claude vanished into slipspace. Finally, a dead silence returned to the grand cloning chamber. Alpha stood alone.
My... sister... What have you done? Captain, are you alright? It's me, Shigara.
Shields groggily opened his eyes. Was he dead?
Kaito.
Yes, he really had to be dead. After all, there was no other way she would be here. Or she would be... God.
Oi! What are you doing?
Shields came to. He felt like the world had collapsed on top of his head. Where was he? The Deck 1 reserve life pod. So he survived after all. Shields pulled himself up against the seat. Why did you save me? I was good as dead on the floor of the bridge. You could have just used the life pod to escape by yourself.
Why indeed? So if this
You
is
didn't have a choice.
Lynn without Shigara's influence, it could be it's like, hey, then wherever I land, they're going to kill me anyway. At least we're saving you. You can put in a word for me to make them not kill me. If this is Lynn acting without Shigara, that could be a reason.
I guess. Oops. You guys have been trying to kill me for the better part of the war. And now you threw away your big chance to get what you want? Something must have happened.
The old voice fades away, replaced by a new
voice? She must be talking about the prototype's hive mind. Could the death of that prototype leader somehow have changed their psyche? Or could it be?
Don't misunderstand. I'm not like that pretty little C8 model which we sent to warm into your heart. I didn't save you because of any desire on my part. Us L7s were made to carry out the will of our leader in combat.
Oh, okay, so Shikara didn't take direct control of her, she just, like, became the de facto new leader. So all the L7s will follow her orders.
Our bodies are identical to the first prototype, the one the humans come to call Arrival Arcadius. But even she was but a stepping stone to Alpha, the crowning achievement of Diode. In the end, we are called prototypes because we are earlier failed incarnations of Alpha. We constantly hear the voices. They whisper to us, send us instructions, even when we sleep.
That must mean that the lesser clones are essentially slaves. Of course, I saw that firsthand when they mind-controlled Chigara. Then, could something have happened to Freeland?
Ooh, choice! Might be a good spot to save.
Sure.
Let's see.
Well, we know Chigara's one of them, so that doesn't make any sense to say.
Idiot, the voices will never stop. But there is now a new voice. We are evolving at a pace millions of times faster than you humans. But as to where we are heading, I felt a premonition, a sudden, inexplicable urge to go down to the bridge to rescue you. For a short moment, I lost control of my body, and had another assume control.
Alright, so Chigara did take direct control of her.
I found you floating unconscious in the bridge, all life support systems on board the Sunrider quickly failing. I had but seconds to carry you into a life pod and escape, but fortune was on your side as a single life pod remained unused on Deck 1 and was able to carry you to it in time. Such episodes where we lose control of our bodies are not uncommon for us prototypes, but this time... To think we would be hijacked by a rogue.
That can only mean she's still...
It doesn't make any sense. The C8 unit was under our control, sent by us to control you.
Chigara.
We sought to understand you, to learn what motivated you, so that we could use that knowledge to control you. But for her to break free of the leader's will, she has become an aberration.
She must be telling the truth now. But that means Chigara really was the entire time. Hey, we got sound again! The beeping of the pod's console interrupted Shields' thoughts. His senses snapped back to him. What had happened to the battle and his crew? He painfully picked himself up and limped to the pod's console. The Alliance forces are falling back. My gambit worked, ramming the Sunrider into Machiavelli Actional and destroying the tactical Paradox core took away the Alliance's trump card. With Grey and their entire chain of command massacred into ceremony, their flagship destroyed, and their secret weapon lost, they had no choice but to retreat. But all that seems moot, since I'm about to get captured by the Pact Fleet! And with Pontana pissed off, you can bet he'll just stand me up in front of the first wall he can find and shoot me. Out of the frying pan, into the fire, huh? But that's not even the worst of my problems. What happened to Akari and Kriska, and the crew? Shields gripped the console and scanned for friendly signals. Shit. Akari. Kriska. Ava. Anyone? Asaga.
Hey, I'm gonna break off and go to sector 94, 71, 31. What? We just finished tying up all the life pods. Pac's gonna be on top of us in seconds. We gotta... It's important. Oi, what are you...
Akari's jaw dropped as the blackjack jetted away.
Boy. Soldier boy, take the blackjack straight over the cards. We gotta get out of here. Understood.
Shields wiped the sweat from his brows as a sea of red dots filled the pod's scanner readout. A massive wave of packed ships was headed his way. He desperately put in scanning frequency after frequency, his fingers trembling. No response from any frequency. Could that mean everyone was already captured? Or worse, wiped out? No! I have to keep those thoughts from my head. I'm... still. I said I was going to save everyone. They can't be all... The comm crackled to life. Oh, yeah.
Yes, we were both trying to do the stacks at the same time. I don't know why you were trying to do it. Is there a channel?
Shields pounded the transmit button. This is Captain Kato Shields. Is that you, Asaga?
Captain! I knew it! I knew you were still alive.
I'm about to receive a real red welcoming party here. Can you get me out of here?
Aye, aye, Captain. Just hang on to something tight.
What?
Ugh.
The cabin thunked as the blackjack shot a magnetic tow cable at the pod while performing a close flyby. Shields all of a sudden realized what Asaga meant and strapped himself into his seat. Lynn was less fortunate and was tossed to the rear of the pod as it suddenly lurched forward along with the blackjack.
Fool! Getting afterburners. Let's run out these guys before they can get shots off at us.
Blackjack finally detached the bridge escape pod from its tow cable.
Alright, Captain, we're here.
A small cargo transport was awaiting them. Sunrider's riders clamped onto the transport and made the preparations for warp. The escape pod's gate hissed as the pod docked with the transport's airlock. The gate rolled open. Shields emerged.
Captain!
Oh. Wow. That's awesome. Wow. Asaga lunged at him and gave him the lost embrace that she had desired for so long.
I can't believe I just found you like that.
Yeah, Saga and Shields have some type of connection, that's for sure.
I just knew you couldn't have died. I just knew.
Shields managed to grit a smile. Almost died. But not quite.
Captain. I'll never stop protecting you again. I'll never give you up. I let this happen. I never should have left.
Yeah, the blackjack would have been so freaking useful in that battle. Like, immensely so. There's only one ship in the entire battle that had shields. No, Asaga. None of what happened was your fault. I'm sorry.
Shigar really was a prototype. I can't believe it. She betrayed you. She betrayed everyone. After all of that, I can't. So, choices again.
Indeed.
And these ones seem to have some weight behind them. Shigar didn't betray me, which is true-ish. But then again, she was a prototype. Shigar itself didn't betray you, but you were fooled by not thinking that they would be able to take control of her.
I think we've all been against the saga. I think we've all been against the saga long enough.
Well, if you choose the first one, it goes pro Shigar, but she's not there. The second one opens up other possibilities.
I was blinded. I just wanted someone so badly that I let down my guard. I should have been more careful. But all this time, I let the prototype spy on us. Merely because I was a fool.
No. It's not your mistake, Captain. She totally fooled everyone. To think she even had me completely fooled in the end. If only I was there to protect you. Next time. Next time I'll be there. I'll definitely be the only one by your side, Captain. Oh. Never forgive her. What does this mean about Lynn?
Yeah, what did happen to Lynn?
She was
Well, the captain just emerged from the escape pod and got grabbed by a saga, so I guess Lynn is still in the escape pod behind him.
Like, they got him out of the escape pod, and so Lynn is there. Not many places to hide.
Oh no, they opened the door and he walked out of it.
Yeah, so she's still in the escape pod.
Yeah. I guess everyone's too focused on him to bother looking inside.
So, is she going to sneak away, or is she going to reveal herself? Like, hey, by the way, I saved your captain, okay, don't kill me. Lord! I really thought you bit the bullet there. Don't... doing that to me? How the hell am I supposed to just watch you die? Don't you know that there are people who care about you? What are we all supposed to do if you're not here anymore? You idiot! 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 Try to be the hero when you're just an idiot! Don't be the hero! I want you to be an idiot from now. Yes. It was a grim moment. I thought all was lost, that the Sunrider had perished, that we had returned too late. Even though I had witnessed the atrocities of my era, none of the sorrows of my past compared to the weight of knowing that you were truly gone. Thanks to you, I feel more at home 2,000 years in my own timeline, here, alongside all of you, than I did amongst the Illuvians. You show me that I was not a pawn to be sacrificed, that men are not all vile monsters who merely seek the greed of their hearts. I am relieved. The captain who gave me a home still lives. Captain, while staying aboard the Sunrider during the evacuation procedure was the right decision under military protocol, I'm glad that things turned out this way. The crew still needs you. The mission is still far from over. Pact still retains control of Seraph, and the massacre of most of the Alliance military leadership will no doubt return the war to their favor. No doubt countless more battles await before you can return to a liberated Sarah. A leader must not throw away his life so easily. You still have many things left to accomplish.
Everyone, I'm sorry to worry all of you, but I had to stay on board the ship. I still hear the echoes of Ava's voice that day. Captain, your order. And the words which came out of my mouth, still. When I gave the order to abandon Sarah to the Pack fleet, the day of the invasion. When I let my sister die before my very eyes. I fled like a coward, unable to even look at her killer in the eye. Since then, her ghost has haunted me every night. And this time, I saw it happen, all over again. Just when I thought we had won, just when I had believed everything was over, when I thought I could finally go back home and put everyone's ghosts to rest. When I thought I could rebuild the family that I had lost. Everything. Everything was snatched away. In but a second. Everything we had worked for. Chigara killed, just like my sister. Our hard-won peace completely shattered at my feet. That's when I knew. This time I could not order the Sunrider to fall back. No matter the impossible odds. No matter the strength of the enemy. This time, I had to stand my ground. Stare at death's maw with both eyes open. And welcome its embrace. And only then could I be judged worthy of having done my duty. To my world, to my family, to my ship.
Stop it! Trying to sound all cool. What good would you have been able to do dead?
Sorry. I'm back, everyone. I'm still alive.
Captain. Sir. Captain. Ahem. Well, Captain, I see that you are still energetic as ever, even after completely destroying the ship.
Commander.
I am not joking, Captain. There was still a solid stack of paper on board that ship when it went down. Do not believe for a second that this gets you off the hook for the work that you owe me.
Understood. I will try my best to make amends, sir.
Yes, I certainly sympathize with your position, Captain.
Shields finally realized the Saga was still clinging to him, and decided to detach himself, lest the mood become more awkward.
Alright, everyone, break it up. Show's over, get back to work. We still have a lot of work to do.
Ava shooed the pilots and the rest of the surviving crew away, to the best of her ability.
What are we supposed to do?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wondering. We're in some kind of little cargo frigate. We don't have a warship. We got 4 riders, I guess. Although they're all probably heavily damaged.
Then repair them.
What's the situation?
Following the destruction of the Machiavelli Actual and the consequent loss of the Tactical Paradox Core, the Alliance made a hasty retreat out of sail before the Pact fleet could organize an offensive. The Alliance fleet now holds position at the nearby neutral rimworld of Verona, no doubt prepping a counterattack. Meanwhile, Pact has responded by consolidating all their forces at sail. The two sides now stare each other down, waiting for an opportunity to strike. We managed to use the chaos during the retreat to squeeze everyone into 8 life pods and tow them to safety using our rider squad, but as you can see, the situation is dire. It appears we are once again back to square one, as Pact still retains control of our homeworld. Even worse, we are now without a ship. For now, both the Alliance and Pact believe you are dead, and given our position, I would rather they keep that assumption. I have managed to arrange safe passage on board this cargo runner to Titania, where you will go into hiding. In the meantime, I intend to head to Ryuba Prime with our Queen and see what military assets I can acquire. Yes, that would be you. But I thought we were all gonna stay together! Our first priority is keeping the captain from being discovered until we get a new ship, and with Pact now consolidating the forces at Sarah, Ryuba Prime has never been more open. I have heard interesting things about Ryuba's moon from Alliance Intel. Pray tell that you do not know anything about it yourself. Look, that artificial moon is just folklore that people spread to remind themselves how great we used to be. People say all sorts of things, like that moon's actually an enormous battle station with the power to destroy the entire planet. Even I get the reference. Or there is actually a portal to another dimension, but my dad told me himself the moon's completely useless. Just another developed piece of lost technology which doesn't do anything. If it actually had any use, we would have already used it to defend ourselves, right? Ryuba used to be powerful, and hundreds of years ago we had ships as powerful as the Sunrider. But today, all we have are little corvettes and frigates. Nothing capable of launching riders or fighting Pact. Well then, why was Venexar Arcadius so intent on conquering Ryuba Prime? During his occupation, Arcadius, or rather the prototypes, funneled trillions of credits into excavating that moon. The moon holds something, and I intend to discover what it is. Well, I guess it's a lead.
Ooh, that is interesting indeed. Because a whole bunch of characters have been talking throughout the series about Asaga's destiny of awakening the Sharlock. So what if the moon is actually a hangar for it? Ooh, I am really excited about the next game.
I want to see what happens to Lynn. Even though it's kind of a long shot. While we are investigating Ryuba's moon, one of us should remain with the captain to guard him. Someone with personal combat experience.
That would probably be Akari, or maybe Sola.
Then I volunteer to remain with the captain on Tidaria.
Actually, pretty much all of them have personal combat experience. So I wonder if this is actually based on my choices in the first two games of going after Sola.
Remember when you started up this game and you had to click through all those options because it didn't have the save from the first two games?
Yeah.
And you still clicked for Sola there?
Uh-huh. Because that's what I did on my main playthrough of it. My first one.
Sola? I should not have ever left him. My aim will not falter in his defense ever again. But will be coming with me to Ryuba Prime. You can help the captain by preparing a replacement vessel for him. Besides, what good would you be in a fight? Seriously. Sola, not you too.
Sola leaned into Asaga.
Fear not, I merely seek to apply my marksmanship in defending him from his enemies. I have no intention of any indiscretions.
Sure.
I guess Sola's alright. After all, she's the most cool-headed person I know. Oh, yeah, I didn't realize that that it had changed. I'll definitely come back with the biggest, baddest ship we can find for the captain. After that, it'll be just like the old times again. And now, with Shigar gone, I can... Yeah, alright, I guess it's okay. Someone who's good at fighting has to guard the captain after all. Well, in that case, I'll head out to find my old black market contacts. I doubt the mining union's gonna help us anymore, or with us completely destroying the Alliance flagship. We're going to need a new source of equipment for what's to come, and mechs. I know where to get them. The black market? It doesn't look like we have a choice. We are essentially fugitives from the law now. Sir! While this may be of disappointing news, I intend to turn myself into the Alliance.
Not the best idea? You kinda disobeyed an order.
She can totally be a spy.
Yeah, but they'll probably execute her for treason.
Possibly. You can't do that. They'll definitely have you tried for treason and hung.
As I said.
No, the alliance that I believe in is a just and fair nation. I'm pretty sure they're fictional. What the Alliance tried to do at Sarah was wrong. I will return and see what I can do to restore our support from the Alliance. Once the truth of what occurred at Sarah comes out, I believe that the system will vindicate us.
That actually might be true if she can find a way to do it. Again, the military should never be in charge of any decisions.
There's no way anyone in the Solar Alliance would approve of destroying an entire planet, no matter the circumstances. We still need the Alliance's support, or else we truly have no hope of ever liberating Sarah. Oi, you're being way too naive. There's no way anyone in the Solar Congress is ever going to admit that they tried to collapse an entire neutral rim planet into a black hole. We do not know that unless we try first. Don't come crying to me when I have to bust you out of a maximum security Alliance prison. If the worst really comes to pass, then I'm sure I can count on your expertise. Seriously, idiot. Well then, it's settled.
Not quite just yet. We have one more thing. The shields reached into the escape pod and pulled Lynn out.
Prototype? Captain, what is she?
She's the reason why I'm still here. She saved me, pulled me from the bridge while I was unconscious, and put me inside the escape pod.
It's a trick. We already know this is how they operate. They seek to gain our trust. This prototype? I say we just throw out the airlock right now.
No.
You don't need any of their lives anymore. Oi, what do you mean she saved you? I thought the prototypes were our enemies.
Chigara. I think she's still alive. And she's trying to take control of all the prototypes. Or at least, that's what Lim seems to be saying. I think Chigara temporarily took control of Lin and used her to save me.
No, Captain. Don't listen to that nonsense. Besides, Chigara was a prototype just like the rest of them, and look at where believing her got us.
Yes, exactly. Well, we would have died a long time ago if not for her, though. So we are in a better situation because of her. Despite how grim the situation is, it is still better than all being dead.
Hey, well, maybe we should still keep her around. We need to keep tabs on the enemy, and Lane here's our only source of intel. Even if she's one of them, we've got to use everything at our disposal right now. Besides, she's got kind of a big mouth. I'm sure if we keep talking to her, she'll keep spilling the beans. She could be useful as a tool.
If Chigara and her were part of the same hive mind, maybe she can rebuild the Liberty and be our new support pilot. Because we ain't winning any battles without support riders. That just isn't going to happen in the next game. Support riders are essential.
Yeah, it looks like you're not gonna have Claude.
Well, no, Claude said she was going to the other team, so I think she's coming back to us.
In any matter, I do not believe we can perform an execution in here at this moment. But perhaps later at another location.
Wow, lots and lots and lots of options. They're definitely setting everything up for the next game.
Jaeger and toss her in a cargo crate. I'll just
No,
keep her
I'm
there.
not-
It depends on how much you trust her and how much you want her to like you. I think that's what this one is asking. Yeah, if you don't gag and bind her, she might be more open.
Yeah. And that was my first instinct, is to say, alright, I really don't think she's too much of a threat. Yeah, let's go with my first instinct.
Very well, Captain. Well then, I believe our little sessions will continue, Prototype.
Call her Lynn for crying out loud.
You should thank the Captain's graciousness, especially after everything your friends have done. Whatever happens, make sure she stays away from the Captain. Even if she's our prisoner, there's no way we can ever trust a Prototype ever again. I wonder if she would be softer right now if you didn't try to, if you didn't say that you were fooled.
Maybe. Kriska grabbed to roll a duct tape from the escape pod supply box and tie it up Lynn's wrists.
The other prototypes can still assume control of her.
So I think currently probably only Shigar and Alpha can. I don't think either of them would have ill intentions. Even Alpha, I'm kind of wondering if she's going to become an ally at some point.
Well, she does want to...
She seems to have a misguided way of doing it, but does have best intentions in mind.
Wasn't she the one who wants to enslave humanity?
Again, misguided way of doing it. She wants to to control them and enslave them in order to save them from complete destruction at the hands of the Ebon Fleet. So, misguided but good intentions.
We should still be careful.
You heard them, Lynn. Don't try to pull anything. Shields looked out the holoport. So much had happened, and they were on the verge of defeat. He saw his dirty, exhausted face in the reflection. Was this face still fit to lead them? Ava's face appeared beside his.
Captain, despite all this, we will always be by your side.
Ava.
I apologize, Captain. I never realized it until I believed I truly lost you. When you gave the evacuation order, no, even before that, I had always wanted to say, before the Battle of Helion, when you needed me the most, I did not answer your feelings truthfully.
Ava?
I was overcome with my responsibilities. The burden of my duty to liberate Sarah made me forget about the real ties that bind us. I was too strict and stiff. If I had just answered your feelings truthfully that day, then none of this would have ever happened. If I had just said what I wanted. Ultimately, it was the rift I created between us that day which doomed our mission. The prototypes exploited it and used it to put a spy inside our ranks.
No.
In hindsight, I should have known. A ship with a captain and the XO cannot communicate is doomed to fall. So, I want to say this now. Now that I've finally been given a second chance. I have never forgotten the promise we made that night. That we would sail the stars together, Captain and Commander. In the mightiest ship of the Sarah Space Force. Together as one, no matter the impossible odds. Ooh. Potential Ava route?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yes. Captain? Hey, Commander, that's unfair. What about me? was the one trying to warn you about Shigara the most, remember?
Yeah, even out of game, I thought you were wrong. Sorry, Asaga.
Ugh, if only you had just listened to me, Captain. Still, my offer stands.
What offer is that?
Asaga D. Ryuva, hero of justice, at your service, sir. If you need a supervillain taken down, you know who to call. Also comes with the bonus of kissing the maiden into the sunset after everything's over. How about it, Captain? I've always been on your side. What is this stupid love fest?
How did Ava shoot all you away?
Yeah, then they kind of came back. Around the time that the prototype was released. I can't believe you guys still even like this guy. Just look at him. Totally got backstabbed by his new girlfriend, like literally just days after going out. Totally ruined everything we fought for the past year, and on top of that, completely vaporized our ship. Ah, the most unreliable space captain in the history of space captains. I can't believe I like a guy like him. I mean, it's not like I like him or anything.
Ikari ran screaming across the cargo bay and hid behind a stack of crates.
Captain, I understand we will be spending much time together from now. Perhaps we should get closer. Yeah! In the end, even Solas. No way. Ha! You're quite the popular man, Captain. Looks like your life is difficult in more than one way.
No way. Forget defeating Pact and liberating Sarah. At this rate, my real problem might be managing these girls. Just, what else could possibly go wrong? Cue Claude's arrival. Suddenly, sparks blew throughout the room as a space-time portal ripped open, sending an explosion of wind throughout the room. Stacks of cargo crates fell everywhere, and on top of the mess was... Claude.
Yeah. That sure is a messy entry. Pile Tay.
What?
That good for nothing but fan service, incompetent nympho woman is back.
Venexar S. Fontana stood at the bridge of the assault carrier Vea Victus. Who the hell is this? New character. I've never seen this in any of the games.
The color looks familiar.
Venexar A. Kushana entered the bridge, visibly impressed by the numerous upgrades the proud vessel had received since its service in the Compact Revolution.
You've grown, boy.
Welcome back, exile, Kushana of the many miracles. Your exploits against the new Empire are still sung in Pax space to this day. I was there myself to witness you dispatch no less than an entire Imperial flotilla in mere moments, using nothing but mere destroyers over the skies of Therelia. It was truly unfortunate that one such as yourself was exiled by that mad woman Alice. Leaders of your caliber have been sorely lacking in the Pack fleet thus far.
Flattery will get you nowhere, Caesar.
By my order, your position as High Admiral of the Crimson Fleet is hereby reinstated. You once held back Imperial fleets 1,000 strong, using nothing more than a dozen of scrapped pirate ships. Now you will defend our lands from the coming Imperialists, not with obsolete frigates, but with the full might of Pax industrial base. This sounds like trouble. I think we're gonna need the Charlac.
You were just a boy when Arcadius picked you off the streets of Therelia. To think you would now lead what he started. It's been so many years. Alice's failure was set the moment she set out to lead Pact. She was but a broken, destitute girl when Arcadius met her. Her home destroyed, her entire life in shambles. He took her in, sheltered her, gave her a new life inside Compact, gave her family. She fell hopelessly in love with him. But her dreams were to be thwarted. To the very end, Arcadius sought peace with the new Empire. He believed that Compact and the Empire would have to reach reconciliation in order to end the bloodshed, while others within Compact sought a more radical approach. And in the end, it was the angry mob which won. When we took New Eden, the pressure chamber of furious anger after centuries of brutal oppression burst. And the mobs took to the streets, set everything ablaze, raped, pillaged, tore down millennia of history. Alice was there that day when Arcadius stood before the mobs, trying to protect the Emperor. He was cut down, killed, by the very people he had sought to liberate. And since that day, Alice lost her mind. In the end, she sought justice for Arcadius in her own twisted logic, by seeking the complete annihilation of humankind. Very well. If you are to lead Compact in a new age, free of the madness which Alice brought to our cause, then I will gladly take your fleet. Just know that if you prove unworthy of flying the Crimson Flag, then I will dispose of you myself.
I expect nothing less. The Solar Alliance amasses for a full-scale invasion of Pax space. Now that the Liberation Day massacre has occurred, this war will only end in one of two ways. Either we win, or they kill all of us. What must be our next move?
They assemble their fleets at Verona, while our forces are still stationed at Serra. The Alliance has thus far won effectively every battle in the war, but now their brightest military minds have all been killed at Serra. Their fury will be their undoing. They intend to strike Tethra.
Tethra? But that's deep inside Pax space, merely a few jumps away from New Eden itself.
We have amassed all our ships at Serra, leaving our interior undefended. The Alliance will seek a target which will deal the most damage to our will, and a heavily populated core world like Tether would be too tantalizing a target if it were to remain completely undefended. We will form a risky multi-stage warp from Verona to Tether, and ignore Sarah altogether. Thus far, Gray was wise enough to avoid such high-risk stratagems, but with him dead, and the Alliance voters wanting blood, send messages on our encrypted military channels. Inform all our ships to amass at Sarah for a final defensive line. The Alliance will no doubt intercept our messages and believe we intend to remain at Sarah. In the meantime, I shall take my fleet and hide in maximum low orbit behind Tether's moon. When the Alliance fleet warps in, believing we are still at Sarah, that will be the end of their offensive, as their ships will now be trapped deep inside packed space with no safe warp point. With no safe warp back point to retreat. We will then hunt down the remaining ships of the combined fleet as they scramble out of our territory, until none remain.
Very well. We shall see if your predictions come to fruition. Emil Kushana. Her stratagems are the stuff of legends. The new Imperials even whispered that she was a time traveler who could foresee the future. No, I know that Kushana has no secret powers, no lost technology aiding her seemingly prophetic predictions. She is merely that good. Kushana took Fontana's speakerphone and relayed a message to all hands.
All hands? I am Venusaur A. Kushana, newly reinstated High Admiral of the Crimson Fleet. Some of you may have heard my name during the Compact Revolution. I am told that during my absence, the men and women of the Martyr's Banner shamed our cause for such cowardly tactics as bombing unarmed cities, mistreating prisoners of war, and flying with artificial beings who have never even understood the meaning of sacrifice. Know that as of now, such unbecoming conduct has no place in our fleets. I'll reform the lot of you until you become sailors worthy of that red uniform. Throughout the past years, everything I heard about the new packed fleet brought nothing but shame and disgust to my heart. We are not the villains of this story. We are the proud men and women who fight for freedom, justice, and equality. No longer shall remain packed bring forth images of despair, violence, and brutality. The entire galaxy detests us now, and for good reason, for we have brought nothing but great suffering to the common folk of the neutral rim and beyond. But soon, the entire galaxy shall sing songs of our heroism, of our discipline. We will turn the tide of this war and bring about a new age, where Pax shall no longer be the evil empire, but the liberators. The age of compact, when we sought peace instead of violence, freedom instead of blind obedience to demagogues, and equality for all begins today. Kushana, out.
The bridge crew stood and applauded.
My brothers and sisters, I may be your admiral, but I am merely a soldier of the Crimson Flag, just like all of you. Together, we will turn the tide of the war back to our favor.
Perhaps the old days of the Compact Revolution can return, when we traveled the stars to liberate ourselves from the new empire. Alice is now dead, and the fool Shields has been removed from the picture as well. The era of Pact has begun. Huh.
This is a long final episode.
Yeah, this is really long, but I'm kind of hesitant to break off because there might only be like 5 minutes left.
Exactly.
I don't know. It seems like there can't be much more. I mean, it's just kind of tying up a few things and setting the stage for the next game.
Pretty much, yes.
And, honestly, I kind of like Kushana.
Yes.
Shields and Fontana are very much declared enemies, but I could see allying with Kushana. Because she definitely seems to, have authority over Fontana.
Arcadius. No. Humanity. Pact. Alliance. Shields. Let everything burn. Captain. Captain. Yes.
Ah.
Shigara is coming for you.
Okay.
Yeah, Shigara's consciousness is still alive, just as we knew.
Yeah. But what Alpha said about corruption within the mind stream, that's worrying. She did not sound exactly sane there. Shields grabbed a supply pack from the life pod and put it on his back. Sola grabbed an enormous scoped rifle from a black case. She flipped open another container and withdrew a curved battle knife, which she strapped onto her side. They had dropped down into Tidaria with their life pod. For now, it looked like their plan had worked, and nobody had noticed their arrival. For as far as Shields could see, nothing but sand stretched on into the horizon. While living here was undoubtedly going to be a far cry from the comforts of his loft, the largely uninhabited surface of Tidaria made the perfect hideaway for a wanted man such as himself. Are you ready?
Yes. The commander has already arranged a hideout to heal away. Follow me.
Okay. Kato spoke as they crossed the seemingly endless desert. It was difficult to believe these deserts were considered one of Tidaria's more livable areas. Other locals featured nothing more than toxic gases and scorching heat. I still can't believe that Claude was alive all this time. You know, if she had a piece of lost technology which had just let her teleport out of the Bianca moments before it got hit, she should have just told us earlier. So that's the story she used, huh? And on top of that, I can't believe she actually made up the medical report about Chigara not being a prototype either. If only she hadn't been such an idiot. We could have known that Chigara was a prototype much earlier. I guess I really shouldn't have counted on a ditz like her to deliver an accurate report.
No. There is a matter I wish to discuss with you, in private, without the other members of the crew.
Sola? Is something the matter?
Yes. I have come to suspect that there's a great deal of information that our chief medical officer is hiding.
What do you mean?
I believe Claude was actually the one who has been relaying our movements to the prototypes.
What? Sola, you need to say stuff like this sooner.
No, the matter's far more complicated. I have had a vision where I spoke to Claude. It was like a momentary trance where all my surroundings faded away and I floated in midair. It was as if I was suspended in deep sleep once more, yet I was still in control of my body. During this vision, I learned that our chief medical officer was, in fact, an ancient Ryuvian like myself. But she could not have come from my era, for she was far more powerful than anything I could have imagined. Indeed, if my suspicions are correct, she may have attained a power far more terrifying than even the mightiest Ryuvian emperors of the ancient past. The power to bend both space and time. Such powers were beyond even the Ryuvians, for if such a power had been attained, the Holy Empire would never have collapsed. Even if it had, one could easily restore the Empire by simply traveling back in time. The implications of this discovery were too terrifying for me to dare speak. Indeed, I feared if I exposed the truth of her identity, she may simply write me out of existence.
You're telling me Claude is a time traveler?
No. Far more than that.
She's cute. They made Claude into cute. They really
Well,
did.
you know, they did say the new Doctor was going to be a woman.
The what?
You know, they did say that the next Doctor was going to be a woman. If such an entity could be given a name, then the closest description of her would be... Claude is God.
Okay, sure. What?
But not a god that seeks to be worshipped or feared. A god that seeks amusement. Oh, so Claude is
Loki.
Tet.
Huh?
Tet.
Tet. Who's Tet?
No game, no life?
No, I don't know that one.
Oh, you'd love that anime. An entity which merely desires to watch over the insignificant little mortals at her feet and nudge them around for laughs. Okay, sure, Loki.
Shields could hardly believe what he was hearing. The notion that Venusaur S. Arcadius was actually just a petite girl would have been easier to swallow than this revelation. That good-for-nothing hack of a doctor? Actually a deity?
Yet, the situation is still more troubling. I believe the sole reason for Claude joining the crew of the Sunrider was to lead you to me.
Well, from her conversation with Alpha, not the sole reason, but the first reason. So what is so important about Sola? It's a saga that's the main one. What makes you think that?
Given the new revelation that I was merely in cold sleep for mere months, there is only one remaining explanation as to how I ended up in this timeline given the circumstantial evidence at hand. I too am a time traveler, albeit an unintentional one. I must have warped forward in time 2,000 years just moments before the activation of the Charlotte's final tear. That would further explain why I survived the certain death that the final tear would have caused. Claude has come to return me to my own timeline, so that this timeline can be fixed. Already, my existence in this universe has begun to dramatically change the course of the galaxy's history. If I were to remain here, surely the entire fate of the universe may be at stake.
I don't follow that reasoning at all. Sounds like a bunch of bull to me. Slow down, Sola. I'm not quite following. Why does you being here mean the universe is doomed?
My arrival here has already changed the course of the universe's history. If the timeline were to deviate any further, I fear that an irreparable time paradox could occur.
How? You can't create a paradox in the present.
What if Claude, with all of this time-traveling ability, came back in time to what is now the present, which would mean that, in a way, this is technically the past, where, paradoxes can be typically made. And it's changing the actual present. For example, changing the course of events so that Shields will be able to live through that sacrifice.
Well, she said she didn't do that. That was
She said
Chigara's
that
doing.
she wouldn't save him herself. But instead, she had changed things so he would be saved by someone else, without her having to move back time to save him. Specifically.
Well, one can hope that she at least knows what she's doing. But that has nothing to do with Sola. All Sola's done for me is kill a few powerful ships, and anybody with a good enough aim could do that.
In Sola's defense, it is very easy to believe that a person themselves is important. I believe that no matter who you might have here, if indeed you could have other people, would potentially all think that it was because of them. People tend to think that they're important. I am effectively a rogue agent, which should not exist in this universe. If am to accidentally cause an event which would otherwise be impossible in the original timeline, then the entire space-time continuum could very well collapse.
Oh, bullshit.
Put another way, if my existence changes the timeline so majorly as to alter the course of history, this entire universe will simply collapse. I am a threat more dire to this universe than either Pact or the prototypes. One which must be removed.
Bullshit. You're one of us now. Shields gripped Sola's shoulders. From what you've told me of your timeline, if you were to go back to it, you'd just be used as a pawn again. No, worse. You'll be killed right away. You said it yourself, right? You warped out just a second before the final tear burst? If you go back now, you'll just be dead. There's not a chance in hell I'll let that happen. Not on my watch.
Captain, you mustn't say such things, or else...
I swear. I'll protect you, Sola. The universe or time paradoxes can be damned.
Yes, Captain. No, please.
Shields realized that he was inches away from Sola's face. He embarrassedly took his grip off her. The two continued walking toward the hideout. Shields broke the now awkward silence. You know, you mentioned the time paradox, but you've been here with us for about a year now. It looks to me like the universe is still working out just fine. And Claude seems like she's still just observing the situation. Maybe there's still a way out of this, without you returning to your timeline.
Yes. I shall hope for the best, while preparing my heart for the alternative.
Another new problem, huh? For now, with the both of us hidden away on this remote planet, Sola won't be able to alter the timeline. Maybe that's part of the reason why she decided to come here as well. As long as we're here, I won't have to worry about the timeline collapsing.
Unless you're supposed to be found out.
Anyways, for now, let's just leave the time paradox stuff alone. We'll deal with it once we have a ship again, and when I can confront Claude about all this.
Understood, Captain. To my relief, it appears that I am the only person from my timeline who is transported into this universe. I can only feel what the situation would be if the time displacement affected other individuals of my time.
Has anybody ever said anything to Shields or his crew about the Ebon Fleet, or is that just what we've learned as players from listening to Alpha?
I wouldn't know. You would be the one to know that.
Yeah, I did kind of watch the rest of the videos. I don't recall anybody ever mentioning the Ebon Fleet to Shields or the crew of the Sunrider. So, by the way, what's this hideout that Ava's got prepared for us anyways?
It appears to be a small cabin built by the mining union which was abandoned decades past when nearby rocks failed to yield any ore. We will be residing together in it in the meantime until the commander and Asada return from the Yulia Prime.
Oh, okay. Wait. Living together?
Yes, you're just now thinking about this.
What? Ava, you didn't mention this! Shields and Sola finally spotted the cabin. As Sola had stated, the small steel structure appeared long abandoned, and was thoroughly covered with sand and dust. Shields looked at his new temporary home. He was now a fugitive from society, a space captain without a ship. His crew now scattered throughout the galaxy, desperately trying to restore what they had lost. One day they would all be reunited, but for now the road ahead appeared dark. They were defeated, but not yet out. He gritted his teeth. Too many lives had been lost for him to surrender now. His crew had entrusted their lives to him. Despite letting everyone down, he still had everyone's support. He had to carry on, no matter the weight on his shoulders. He looked to the distance with Sola. They would rebuild from this point on. His losses had been grave. His wounds went beyond the physical, but he was still alive to fight another day. As long as he had but a sliver of strength left in him, he would keep trying to restore what was lost. This time he had let his guard down. The scars of his past had made him seek easy comfort. When when his crew needed his leadership, he instead had sought his own happiness. And that only led to his downfall. The enemy used his grief to ultimately bring ruin to all his hopes. He was betrayed by the one he trusted the most. But next time he would not turn away the advice of his friends. From the ashes of this defeat, they would all be reborn. Deep inside of him, he knew the Sunrider will be reborn. Finally! Now, is this the real credits? Because remember, it started playing credits for like a minute right before the Liberation Day Massacre. Oh, wow. I need to look into the status of the next game and see when it's gonna be. If they even have a time frame yet. What's your thoughts?
Well, it's definitely a fair way to end it. I guess gives you a place to start for next time.
Place indeed, all the way back to square one.
Pretty much, yes.
I wonder what our new ship's gonna be like.
But at least you still have most of your crew. And you could even think of learning to replace with Chigara.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably what we'll end up with. Some ancient Ryuvian battleship that's been hidden in Ryuvia's moon. It's gonna be awesome. And I think I'll definitely focus on upgrading it a bit. Just letting these play out, see if there's any scenes after the credits, like there was in the second game. From death, all will be reborn. We thank the following Kickstarter backers. Oh gosh, this is gonna be a ton. Oh, do I have to click? I have to click. Now, if you guys want to read it, you can pause it. I'm just going to click through it rather rapidly.
Lots of people.
I wish I'd have had the ability to help support the game. I love the Sunrider series. Hope other developers take a cue and design something similar. Visual novel / strategy tactics RPG works so well. As far as I know, I think Commodori's about the only other one that I can think of that does that. That noise?
I don't know what the status is.
$20 tier backers. Oh, okay. Oh, yep, there is a scene. Deep within the Minosian abyss. Minosian Abyss. I think that's where we found Sola. A mammoth super dreadnought of unknown origins emerged from warp space. Hey, we got voices back. My liege, the time portal did not work as anticipated. Instead of being transported to before the battle, we were flung 2,000 years into the future instead. Further, it appears that the Ferrari bitch was also caught in the temporal blast and flung into this timeline as well. Unknown interlopers have destroyed the time device, and thus we cannot anticipate returning to our timeline. Fool! I beg your forgiveness, my Lord Crow. The denizens of this universe appear to be nothing more than primitives. Surely my lord could easily expect to easily subjugate them for his ends. Very well. Are you done? If I am to be robbed of my victory against the Ferrari lowbloods, then I shall rebuild our glorious empire here. Ha! To the denizens of this strange new land. Prepare for the rebirth of the Holy Empire. The Ebon Fleet has arrived. Whew. What happened to that return thing?
Which return thing?
Well, there was a return under start that we were theorizing might be what the endings referred to. Because obviously I didn't get any type of ending there. Why did that disappear? Huh. Oh, okay, there it is. Alright, well, I guess we'll see what this return thing is in the next one. Holy crap, that's a long episode!
Yes!
And again, I just didn't know where to stop it. It's like, oh, there could be like only 5 minutes left of this, and I don't want to make a 5-minute episode. So instead we ended up with a 2.5-hour episode.
It happens sometimes. Remember the BioShock series?
Yeah, but that was like, because I was expecting to be able to split them up, and, found out I couldn't do that.
Yeah, it just takes trouble.
So then I just tried to keep the episodes to like 45 minutes throughout Sunrider and Sunrider, and that rarely worked out that way. They usually ended up being an hour, but this one's kind of oof.
You know, this is the last episode. I think that having a long one is worth it.
Yeah, I get. Well, it's not quite if we're gonna do return. And I'm not quite sure if anybody'd be interested in return, honestly, because I did learn a little bit about it, and it doesn't have any combats. It's strictly a visual novel. And it's not exactly it's not exactly a part of the main story either. It's kind of an alternative timeline. So, not sure how interested anybody'd be about it. I guess when I put up this one, I'll see what the response is. If you guys want me to do return, I will do return. I'll definitely do it for myself off camera if nobody wants me to record it. But I think our next thing we're going to be doing is this Rim World. I'm so interested in it from what I read about in Game Informer. I really want to try that, and it might not be a very long series, because it's supposed to be rather difficult, especially for new players that don't know anything about the mechanics. So it could be a very short one. We might get horribly destroyed very quickly, but it'll be fun nonetheless. And that's what we're going to be trying out next. In fact, I think we might do that today. What do you think, Claire?
Yeah. Always up for trying new things, really.
Alright, cool. So yeah, we'll probably do this. I think we've talked enough. Don't need to extend this 2.5-hour episode anymore.
True.
Wow, it's been quite a journey, and sorry for getting mad at some types, but the channel is called The Raging Gamer for a reason. Just wish I hadn't broke my TV in said rage.
Yeah, that
That's
was
still rather
bad.
annoying, because we just have to deal with this, doing it on this little laptop screen. But in any case, thank y'all for watching, and have a good one.